Welcome to Uncle Legend's Corner. I'll be your host, Uncle Legend. And with me, as always, is my beautiful co-host, Call Girl 6, better known as Fox.
Hey y'all,
Wolf.
what's going on?
Let me get this up.
Today is a wonderful Wednesday.
Wonderful Wednesday.
That's right. It's a wonderful Wednesday because it's almost over.
Hump day.
It's done. So how was y'all week going so far? Hey y'all in the chat, what's up?
All right, let's get it. First thing I had to go ahead. Do you want to get into the? Actually, well, Rico, there you go. There's the vote for it.
What?
Y'all gonna talk about Tom Brady's comments. So, well, let's do the damn thing then. So, old quarterback GOAT of the NFL, Tom Brady compares leaving his family for football season to a military deployment.
First of all, the headline is troubling.
War is hell, and so is leaving for football, according to the NFL quarterback. Yeah, so there's a dude who done did some deployments, some arduous ones especially. Yeah, and I've never played football on that level, so I know that's different. But yeah, you can't compare sleeping in a 5-star hotel, and eating at fancy restaurants to eating MREs and having your nose hair singed with a burn pit burning shit.
The luxury of taking showers, hanging out with the boys.
Like, never in a football season has he gone over a month and a half, 2 months. Like, if you ask anybody who's been deployed, like if we're talking about like combat deployments, you ask anybody that's been deployed, not bathing for a month ain't like uncommon.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And most of us done did it for way longer than that. So he goes out and he say that, and he said the quote comment, because I didn't listen to the podcast, so I just got his excerpt. So before I completely chew his head off, because I ain't listened to that whole podcast, was I almost look at football season like you're going away on a deployment in the military, and it's like, man, here I go again. Here I go again sound like, whatever. That's what I say when I go to work every fucking morning. You know what I mean? Like, here I go again. When I get deployed, it's a whole nother thing.
I can't believe that he would say something like that. That's no comparison whatsoever. That's no comparison. I can't believe he said that. Like, how could you compare?
I think war is one of them things that get romanticized so much, especially to people who are like in like warrior culture or gladiator culture, that they always want to compare everything to war, because war is like the pinnacle of trauma bonding, right? So people was like, oh, well, war, this and that, da da da, and they want to compare to war when it's kind of like me saying like, yo, getting hit in the stomach with a hard kick is like having a baby. You know what I'm saying? It's like. And like, women to be around like having a bit. You ever tried to push a watermelon out of a golf ball hole, motherfucker? You don't know what we've been through.
Like, no, that's not it at all.
So I think it was just one of those. Like, it's just like it reminds me a lot of those dudes who like want to be down and shit like that. You meet them and they like, oh yeah, you in the military? Yeah. And then he says like, oh well, and then he says like, oh in the military? Yeah. I was going to join the military, but you know what I mean, I couldn't deal with anybody. Go home.
Yo, guys, if I would have showed y'all this, like, Rocky just went and climbed up
in the chair, rolled up on my hoodie, and then looked at me like I said some wild shit to him for sitting in the goddamn chair on my hoodie. But yeah. Anyway,
how dare you?
Anyway, it reminds me of them dudes who always like, I want to be down, and they like want to be around the military. They want to be they wear all the tactical shit, the 511 pants, and all the stuff. They want to look like operators, and everybody want to be operated till it's time to do operator shit. You know what I'm saying? Till it's time to operate. Like when shit hit the fan, then everybody's like, oh, I don't know. But before that, it's like, yeah, I could do that. I could do that. That's like me telling Tom Brady, you know what? I feel like lobbing a grenade in combat. Right. Shit. It's just like being a quarterback on Super Bowl Sunday. You know what I mean? Right? Like, it's the same thing. I got the same accuracy as Tom Brady. I hit everything that I threw a grenade at. I win, right? You know what I'm saying? No picks. Like,
yeah, that's ridiculous for him to say that. Like, the comparison is just ridiculous.
Yeah, but it's some dudes that just want to be down. Like, it's like you always got these cats that you deal with the military. It's the dudes who be up there like, oh, well, I don't want to join the military. And they be up to like, oh, you a slave to the game and this and that. You joined the military, da da da. You live with your mom, so really you're a slave to your mother.
Yeah,
Like you're still doing dishes at 30 fucking something years old.
Right, and let her know when you'll be back.
Yeah, and you gotta let her know when you're back because you're a fucking 35, 40-year-old man or something like that without keys to the house, and you got to be back in at a certain time.
Right.
Sleep in your, well, you ain't got a car, so sleep at your girl house.
Sleep in her car.
Yeah, so you got those dudes. Then you got the dudes who always say like, "Oh man, I couldn't join the military because I just couldn't take orders from nobody." And then you see him at the fucking McDonald's drive-through. Hey, can I take your order? Well,
Right.
look, it look like you take
orders.
orders pretty damn good, huh? Number
Taking
3, huh?
orders.
You can take a number 3, huh? Okay. You can take them people. Well, it's because somebody yelled at me. I would just do this, that, and third. It's like you have
You ain't
zero
gonna do
discipline.
nothing but what you told
Yeah,
you. That's
you
what
ain't
you're
gonna
gonna
do. Like
do.
I've seen some of you dudes get beat up. Like dudes I done went to school with. It's like I seen you get beat up by a girl in high school, and she wasn't a tough girl. Like you know what I mean? It wasn't one of the rough girls. She just put the paws on you right quick, and you buckled. Like, and these the dudes who talking about, yeah, well, you know, I'm this and I'm that, and everybody want to compare. And I think it's just that it's kind of like people want to be able to relate to that. You know what I mean? Where it's like maybe that patriot shit got in his head. Where it's
Yeah,
like,
but to-
well, I'm a patriot.
Just to make that comparison is wildly inconsiderate.
But people do it all the time when they up here. Like you think about it in the hood. Like, and
And he can't carry his family with him. I mean, you know, you guys, soldiers cannot carry their family with them to where they're going. He can carry whoever he want to carry.
yeah. So one of the things about it too is just like people want to romanticize that and they want to be a part of that like war culture. And people do it all the time when they say shit. Cause like even in the hood, dudes be like, "Yo, it's a war zone." They'll be like, "It's a war zone." It's like,
Have
where the
you
fuck?
actually been
Where
in
the
a war
fucking
zone?
tanks?
Yeah.
Where are the A-10s? I heard not one.
Yeah.
Where's the I mean, who's Overwatch? What y'all do? Y'all out here spraying a bunch of y'all out here spraying a bunch of guns like this. You know what I mean? That's similar to war. That's one thing that is similar to war. A bunch of people shooting at you. They can't shoot for shit that dump a lot of ammunition. Sure. But the difference is like when you go to war, and anybody who's been to war in the last 20 years can tell you for sure, when you shoot, they don't run. Like they come running at you, still shooting. So you let a shot off in the hood, nothing but
Go.
track stars. Everybody's Usain Bolt. Everybody t-shirt turned into the Jamaican flag. All you see is backs. Like, you know what I mean? You don't see that. That's not what you're seeing in combat. So people want to relate to war because it's like this thing where I think everybody understands that war is the highest level of competition. Like actual war is the highest level of competition, the highest level of trauma bonding. Football, gladiator sport, sure. Combat sports, gladiator sport, sure. You got to be elite. You got to do all this other stuff. But war is just like a whole nother game that it's like, people take the comparison too lightly, you know what I mean? And the thing to me that like people don't see it is foolish, because if I said like my stomach hurt, I had a baby, the women would be on this podcast.
Right.
This dude done lost his guy a
What?
baby. You know what I mean? What? That's all you be getting out of it. So to me, I mean, I don't know. I really, it's one of them things I'm so used to hearing it.
Yeah.
Like I'm so used to hearing it from people who think like, oh yeah, well I've been in war. Dudes who they go and they, you know what I mean, take some little shooters class or something like that. They got a little money. They put on a whole bunch of operating gear, get them a head rig, get them a chest rig, and before you know it, they out here. Oh yeah.
You know what? What I always found interesting is that people love to compare things to something they never experienced
Yeah.
ever. Like
Yeah.
you wouldn't want to. You can't have that comparison. You never experienced that. So
Well-
how are you able to say what you're saying if you've never had those experiences to actually compare it to?
And the crazy shit is when people relate and they like, yeah. Ain't neither one of you motherfuckers never been in a fight, let alone a war. Like war?
Right. For real.
Like you motherfuckers like, oh yeah, it's a war in the trenches. And we use the word so light. And I think it's akin to how we use hell. Like when we say, man, this is hell. It's like,
Is it really? Have you been there?
that shit I read about in the Quran sound a lot worse.
Yeah.
Like that shit I read about in the Bible sound a lot worse than what we talking about. Like, man, it's hot as hell. Like, is it? You know what I mean? So I think we do. My son just came in and said, Miss Fox hair brighter than my future.
At least one of us winning. Love you. Love you.
So let's get to the comments. So first of all, Bunny came in here sneak dissing with the little matching emojis because Fox be dressing us up like twins.
What?
And then
Oh my
going to
God.
work.
Anyway.
She always get. Rico said he can see his wife whenever he want during the season. She can go to the games. He can see them every other week for home games.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And then homie Mario said, I went on a rant on my Facebook page. That's the same thing I said on my page. My stomach hurt like I just gave birth. It's an inaccurate and mildly offensive comparison.
Yeah.
and it downplays the military who out there putting their life on the line. To me, it's a privilege and entitlement. I think it's privilege and entitlement. I'm not I can't say that I'm outraged, even as a dude who's like been over there, or somebody who's been on deployments. I've been on deployments on submarines. I've been on deployments with combat units, and I'm not outraged. I just think people are dumb. Like, it's just like people are dumb. And you know what? When we fight for freedom, when we say you fight for freedom and democracy, we also fight for the right for people to say stupid shit like that. Well, I mean, I don't get to only fight for the shit I think makes sense, because I would have to do a lot of fighting, because I don't think a lot of shit makes sense. So, but you fight for people to be able to make them dumbass comments and comparisons, right? Like, we also fight for that. So, with them people, whatever them people say, I mean, I don't know. I think I don't know what was going through his head. Like, I would love to see what his like follow up is going to be, because Tom Brady's usually been very intelligent about what he says in his interviews.
He didn't have time to think.
He was on a podcast. You had plenty of time to think.
He was nervous. I mean, like there's no. I don't.
What you mean you nervous? You're a 45-year-old quarterback who's been playing in the NFL for 22 seasons. This is your 23rd season.
Football is like going to war. Like, how in the hell?
How you know? Tell me more, Forrest Gump.
How in the hell it's like going to
How
war?
in the hell do you know war is hell?
Right.
And this is, you ain't been to war or hell. Like, we just talk about places we ain't never been before.
Right.
You know what I mean? Atlantis. It's like Atlantis. Like, yeah. Art, what I need to get y'all to drink for Saturday? Should we do
We'll
that?
text you.
Yeah. Fox will make sure I text you, because you know I'm terrible. If not,
I love to drink.
just text and inbox Fox or something, because you know I'm horrible. And then Mario, thank you, Fox. That's my other point. You can't compare something you experienced with something you never experienced. That's why I said mildly offensive. Yeah.
They nada.
Yeah, so I think it was just some dumb shit. He's gonna try and clean up the comments. I mean, he's been pretty good with the media. I don't know. He got a lot of shit on his head. This old lady talking about leaving. Like,
Left.
the only thing that left. Yeah, the only thing I can compare is, the only thing he could compare to a deployment is like, yeah, you left the house and your old lady left too. Like, that shit happened to a lot of us on deployment. So yeah, there you go. That's your comparison to war, Tom. Good job, right? Like,
that's probably what he really meant, but he didn't really want to say it.
He got a Dear Tom letter. Like, yo, it was crazy. She probably gonna have to pay him alimony.
You remember Jody, who was helping me?
Yeah. You remember the gardener, Jody? Yeah. He been breaking through my offensive line, Thomas. Like, I don't know why I gave her that accent.
I don't know why either. She sure don't have that accent.
Not at all. Whatever. I ain't even mess with. If this dog don't get off my damn foot. Yeah, just so y'all know, we had puppies. We selling these puppies. They $350. Buy a puppy.
We gonna show them the puppies first.
Don't worry. No, you know they beautiful puppies.
Take them to the doctor though, so they'll have whatever they need initially.
I'm telling you, whatever puppy. If y'all love puppies, if y'all care about animals, y'all should buy these puppies. Because if not,
because you know what,
cooking them. So.
Who gonna eat? Look, I'm not eating puppies. I'm sorry. We don't do that. Peter don't condone that.
Speaking of puppies, God, they ain't shaking the whole table, big head. Rocky, come here.
We've been jeopardized.
Okay, there you go. Okay.
He want everybody to see him. Listen, he does this every morning when I'm in my morning meetings. He come up and get on camera.
Okay.
So this is the weirdest thing ever. But
yep. Okay. Yep.
Anyway, you need self-control, Rocky.
Yeah, let's talk about some self-control, because let me tell you what he don't got. He ain't got no damn self-control, big fella.
Yeah, so unlike Mr. Man over there going to war in football, he needed to have exercised a little self-control with what he was thinking and what he was putting out there for the whole world, right? I wonder what his apology is going to be like. That's what I wonder.
It's probably going to be some corny shit. Everybody going to be like, whatever.
No.
Yeah, even when you think about them.
I support our troops and our men and women in uniform.
All he going to do is he's going to say he apologized. He's going to say he apologized. He's going to start winning some games. Everybody going to forget the shit. You got to think about this. This is one of the things about greatness, right? We ain't even going to talk. Tom Brady left his pregnant wife to go be with a supermodel. Nobody thought, you know why? Because that motherfucker was winning Super Bowls. That's how you know your greatness depends on, you got to be great to get away with wild shit. You know what I mean? So the greater you are, the more you can get away with wild shit. Like, for instance.
It's sad, but it's true, though.
When you really think about it, it's like people who get away with bullshit. It's like, yo, if you great, I mean, as the public, we going to let that shit slide. You know what I'm saying? So.
You're more forgiving. It's just like, oh, well, it wasn't that bad.
Because don't nobody be trying to hear that shit. We're washed up comedians, actors, this, that, and the third, da. When they say some shit, we cancel them, get them the fuck out of here, this and that. The whole cancel culture go after them. Everybody destroys them, this and that. When somebody who pop and say something, If you popping enough, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you gonna do? Like, even like the baby, when the baby came, he made the disparaging remarks to the LGBT community. If his next song had been a banger, he would have walked right through that shit. His next song was meh, so they ate his ass up. Tom Brady went out there, left his wife and got a Super Bowl. Left his pregnant wife, got a Super Bowl. They're like, hey, that motherfucker great. Jordan out here getting drunk, blaming it on the flu. Hey, man, that motherfucker great. You know what I'm saying? R. Kelly had video recordings, and motherfuckers was still like, man, this music still slap though. You know what I'm saying? Like, if R. Kelly had been like some random ass dude, you know what I mean? Like, Jaheim couldn't have got away with that shit.
No, hell no.
Jaheim would not have got away with no R. Kelly shit. Not to say R. Kelly finally got caught, but I'm talking about Jaheim would have been same day. Yeah, same day. Jaheim would have been done. Like, you did what? The who? Huh? Video? Get him out of here.
Under the jail.
R. Kelly, nice. You know what I'm saying? So when you that nice and stuff, man, a lot of time people, Big Ben was phenomenal out there in Pittsburgh, and he was graping everything out there. Like, graping, because they'll cut us off for the podcast if we say the R word. But yeah, he out there graping everything, moving. You know what I'm saying? They just like, let it go. He got in a motorcycle accident, won the Super Bowl. Forget it, man. We'll let some shit slide behind it. This man make $1.75 million per game, and I was making $750 in CPay a month. Tell me about your struggle, Tom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He got caught up in his feelings because his team was losing. His old lady took off. He won't apologize. Oh, he gonna apologize.
He gonna apologize. To watch.
Chris, what up, dog? And we already talked about that.
They gonna make him apologize.
All right, so let's get into self-control and stuff that Tom Brady don't got.
What is self-control though? What do you think?
I would consider self-control to be, it's really having the discipline to do. It's almost like integrity in action, like doing the right thing. Doing the right thing regardless if you want to do the wrong thing, against temptation, against everything else. And it depends, right? Like, self-control goes into a lot of different areas, right? But if you encompass it over more areas, it would display that you have more self-control. So it's kind of like, and it depends on what your vices are. Right, like if you like a person who like crazy, like you heavy into the hedonism and like, you know what I mean, and sex and kinks and stuff like that, then the sexual temptation is like what it's going to take. If you're a person that's into food and you just love cookies and shit, then you know what I mean, saying no to the cookies is the hard thing. You know what I'm saying? If you're a person, even if you're a person that does something healthy and it's like, well, I like to do all this healthy stuff and this and that, but you do it in excess. So drink water in excess, you know what I mean? It still takes some type of self-control to get back to where you need to be and find it. And self-control keeps you in balance.
That's true. And so the definition is the ability to control oneself, in particular one's emotions and desires, or the expressions of them in one's behavior, especially in a difficult situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my thing about self-control,
Mike, what up?
Some people would say, and I think they were talking about Freud, had this idea that,
Talking about psychology?
Yes. Oh. So basically, you don't need to control yourself because you're capping your own desires, right? And so it's not going to lead to a more fulfilled life and a more fulfilled whatever circumstance that you're in. So I think that.
So what did he give in replace to that? Like, don't control yourself, just fucking let it all hang out? Like,
just let it loose. No, he didn't say basically let it loose, but it was more of just being aware, basically, of what it is that's going on around you. So
I think you could be real aware. If you got a drug habit, you could be real aware. Like, this was a whole 8-ball.
Yeah, how you like, how you handle yourself, right? But I think that I can see that point though, because
you might have to elaborate that.
You're not happy when you have to keep cutting yourself off from the things that you want, the things that you desire, but on the flip side of it, and there's always the two edges, right? Double-edged sword to these things. So you have the other part where, okay, if I do what I want, I'm fulfilled. I feel happy about doing this. But then if it's not done in moderation, I think that is the key to everything that you want to do.
Yeah, so I think that is, like, to me, that is self-control is not never eating cookies. Mm-hmm. Self-control is not clearing a whole fucking row of Oreos as soon as you open a damn pack every day.
My thing with people who suffer from addictions or anything, so they go into the programs and, like, a balance is the key to life. So, and a lot of us are definitely imbalanced. So I would say, if you're struggling with alcoholism, I don't really like the approach of, just staying away from it. I don't like that approach. I like.
So you will wean them off? Like,
no, not only 2 shots today. No, not really wean them off, but if I have to tell or keep myself from something, and I'm like, well, why is it I can't drink this in moderation, or why I can't? Is it because I'm afraid? I'm afraid of what? Afraid of relapse? So have you really gotten over this addiction then? You understand?
No, I don't think they got over.
That's how I look at it.
I don't think they got over the addiction, but I think they're weighing that abstinence from whatever said vice is better than than risking for the latter, right? Which would be going in an overindulgence.
If you would possibly do that.
Now, what I think the thing is too is that the hardest thing in the world is moderation, just because of that. Like, it's easy to go crazy, and like if you was a cokehead, it's easy to go and just sniff all the coke you want. You know what I'm saying? It's the second easiest thing would be to not do coke at all. The hardest thing to do would be to only do coke on every third Wednesday. Because that would be moderation, right? Like, that's the hardest thing to do. Like, to just cut some shit off. I'm not eating that shit no more. Like, eating all you want is easy. And I would say that's the easiest thing to do, is just no fucking control.
Yeah.
And then to just say abstinence from it, people think that's the ultimate form of control. I think that's a step up from no control. But I think the ultimate control is, let me just have a little bit.
Right. I think abstinence is the no control. Like, it's a step.
You
up
think
it's a step up from that. You're just barely there. Like, I don't see the point in abstaining from. So you can definitely enjoy whatever it is to enjoy, but do it in moderation. Do it to a point where it doesn't hurt you, or hurt anybody else around you. That's my issue with it.
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about that, right, like, even if you're hurting yourself, right, that's still a lack of self-control, because there's a good chance it's not too many people that hurt themselves that didn't hurt somebody in the process.
That's true.
Like, if you was a complete stranger, nobody knew you, and you decided to blow your brains out and somebody saw it, you still hurt people. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? Even though nobody knew you, nobody even heard of Fox, nobody knew you was the only one. And people would still, you was still detrimentally affect people. And I feel as though that, like, I've been kind of getting in my psychology bag a lot lately. And I really feel as though that, like, people need to understand that, like, if we looked at it more like it's our duty, like, we're obligated to take responsibility and make the world a better place, then I think we would have, like, a lot more into that. Because, like, most of the problems we deal with, and a perfect example of this is, like, most of the problems we deal with, it's a lot of shit that's real close to us that we could deal with, right? Like, we always get caught up on it, like, damn, I can't do nothing about this. I can't do nothing about that. But if you start taking control of your own life, just one little piece by one little piece by one little piece, and you deal with that, right? Because we get so caught up in like the 5% of our life, like, oh, I want to be in Jamaica. And we're thinking about, you know what I mean? And Jordan Peterson was talking about something like this, where it was like having Mai Tais in Jamaica and something like that. So that's such a small portion of your life. Like, the rest of your life is getting up, going to work, taking care of these children, these dogs, my wife, you know what I'm saying? You taking care of your husband. It's our responsibility, us going to work, us doing our thing, us bettering ourselves, us working out every day. The 5% is when we get to go to the beach and look good. You know what I'm saying? That's the 5%. The 95% is the not eating a whole sleeve of fucking cookies, the hour or something in the gym, the drinking a gallon of water, the, you know what I mean, wanting to watch TV all night because this show really good. But then we decide, like, nah, we're going to go ahead and get some rest, right? So I think that's really the harder part.
So with self-control, so there's a lot of barriers, right? A lot of barriers and a lot of things that kind of help you along that destructive path. Freedom, I would say, is one of those things. You have too much freedom. So you have all these things, temptations around you, desires, all these things. You get to indulge in all those things that's around you, right? With no one really or anything, even inside of you, to keep you at bay, right? So you don't have that control. You don't have that, oh, let me do this in moderation, when you have access to everything, just like the internet, all the information you obtain.
It's hard not to go in a private browser, do some things like, you know what I mean? Because I was up to, like, yo, you know what? Boom, I done stepped away and gave up. And I done stepped away and was like, I ain't looking at porn no more. And I'm telling you right now, boy, it's a slippery slope when you just be sitting there on social media.
Yeah.
Because you start off there on social media and then you see some girl, she's shaking her ass, and then there's a little link to click. And Twitter, geez, Twitter's like half your timeline wind up being porn. You follow one cute person, like, nah, she cute, she got a little fat ass, ain't nothing wrong with that. Boop, next up. Look at my OnlyFans. Damn. Now I'm curious. It's like, I wonder if it's anything on no, get out of there, right?
Yeah.
Because it's just a waste of time, waste of energy, right? And
too much freedom.
Yeah, I think that people, and I'm one of the big advocates of freedom, but a lot of freedom takes so much discipline.
Yeah.
Like when you got a lot of freedom to do whatever, it's hard. And if you never got taught discipline and you always overindulge and stuff like that, it's hard to rein that in, right? Like I'm very grateful for the amount of times that life has told me no. Mm-hmm. Because when you don't get told no, you don't even know how not to live in excess. You know what I'm saying? Like you get some yeah, like some of these kids you get like in the colleges, right? You get the rich kids and stuff like that where they just like, I done got everything I ever wanted. I got a Range Rover, I got this and that. This girl wanted me, and then some girl, then they meet a girl like you, like no. And then it's like, what you mean no? Can't tell me no. I'm taking it. I'm conquering it. No, that's grape. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't do that. So yeah, I think the more freedom you get, the more discipline you require. And that's the thing about freedom. And since people don't have discipline, I think that's why people want so bad for like the government to regulate things, the city to regulate things, and to have so many things regulated because they don't have the discipline. People don't have the discipline to live with so much freedom because it's just too many choices. Like just imagine if you went to a place to eat and they're like, what you want to eat? What y'all got? Whatever you want. Fuck.
They go, oh my God, you know
like,
me now.
You know, fucking women just wouldn't eat. Like,
nah, we eating some.
Fox gonna be in there like,
we eating some.
Yeah, I'm just talking
a little bit of everything. Can I have a little bit of
everything? No. You have to tell us exactly what you want. Well, I want a lamb. What cut of lamb do you want? How old do you want the lamb to be? Well, you know what I mean? How long was it aged? How this and that, da 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 da. Now you over here like 45 minutes later, you on Google trying to figure out what's the best aging for lamb. This and that. By then, you done went into a diabetic coma. You over there shaking on the ground.
Give me a shank.
Give me a shank. Give me a lamb chop. Where the chop come from? Yeah, can I get some lamb back straps? Like, you know what I mean? So it'd be that would make it tough. Like when people have just imagine that if you went to go get a shoe and you couldn't get an already made shoe and pick like out of these shoes I want. They're like, what kind of shoe you want? We're gonna make your shoe right now. Every time you get a shoe, you had to build a shoe. And they'll be like, okay, what kind of sole you want? You want icy bottoms? You want this and that? You want heels? You want 3-inch, 4-inch? This and that? How big you want the heel to be? What do you want it to be made out of? How do you want it to fix to the sole? What kind of angle do you want?
Let me have some already made and let me choose from those.
That's what I'm saying about people don't want that complete freedom. Like I want everything this way that I want it.
No,
right?
But we think we want that though.
People don't want.
When we do
we're not
that
smart
lack
enough.
of self-control, we want to blame others.
Yeah, we don't. Right? We're not intelligent enough about the things that we claim that we want, and we're not disciplined enough to keep ourselves from overindulging in those things once we figured out to have it.
The crazy thing about it is that when we get into a destructive pattern and our need to blame others, like when you stop that, I think that'll help your ability to curb those type of behaviors and create a new what are you looking at?
No, I'm saying I was going to ask a question like,
how you was like somebody said something.
No, ain't nobody saying that crazy.
Yeah, so we want to blame everybody else for our own self-destructive behaviors, and I don't think. So
you saying once you stop the self-destructive behavior?
Yeah, so you pay more attention to what it is you're doing. You stop the behaviors, or at least curb it, so you can create healthier patterns for yourself.
I think if you do that in step, and it's more of like a becoming aware thing. Then yeah, that's possible. But I think we got so many destructive behaviors that we don't even look at as destructive.
Yeah,
like how long have we had? You know what I'm saying? Like you got to first be aware of it. Like it's so many things. How many people do you meet when you tell them like, yo, they're this way, they're that way, and we're also to blame with it when somebody be like, yo, people this and that, and that's not good. And it's like, well, you know, I am what I am. I'm fucking Popeye the Sailor Man and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like the people you say like, I don't know new friends, and I cut people off. And,
no new friends.
You know what I'm saying? And all that other shit. And people do that, and that's bad traits and toxic traits, and they're traits that scream trauma and project trauma, but people like, nah, this is whatever, right? Like me walking around with a gun all the time. People will say that's a trauma response, right? All right, well, fucking Tom Brady, go get shot a couple times and then see if you don't want to bring your own heat on you.
Still want to go to war?
Still want to go to war, Tom?
Is football really like war?
How many colostomy bags have y'all passed out in the fucking football arena? Yeah. But yeah, so I think a lot of that is it's just really hard, and I don't think that people like you can't be disciplined without being self-aware. Like you have to know, and people like we can't even admit what we look like, let alone like we don't even have a good self-image, and we see ourselves like we could physically see ourselves every day, and we don't have a good self-image. We'll think like, you know what, I'm a fucking 10. No, you're not. Your skin look terrible. Hyperpigmentation. Your head funny. Your hairline's here. You know what I mean? Your edges is gone. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like all of your teeth
craters in your face.
You got craters in your face. People over here like, but I put this makeup on and da. And that's another reason. It was somebody talking on a podcast or on a YouTube video I was listening to. And he was just saying how like all of the stuff that you buy, like when you buy all that fancy shit, all this expensive shit, all you're doing is compensating for the fact that you're not comfortable in your own skin.
Yeah.
Now it's like
there's definitely insecurities there, yeah.
Because you think about when you see people who's like just flat out like ripped, like you look at somebody like Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I can't think of one designer clothing I've seen on him. Don't matter because that motherfucker comfortable in his own skin.
He wears them. Sometimes he don't wear anything, but he wears.
I don't know. You on his OnlyFans or something? He don't wear anything. Fuck. I'm talking about Dwayne The Rock Johnson, not whoever The Rock on OnlyFans you looking at. Yeah, fucking hooer. Sometimes he don't wear nothing. You all in the days and shit.
Not nothing.
Fuck you think this is? Damn. Noble Aim podcast. But yeah, so I think the more comfortable you are in the skin, just like when you see women and they like when women they worry about, oh, let me get this nice outfit and this nice with the cover up thing and all of this stuff to go to the beach and let me make sure all this done. Women who just body is phenomenal, they don't be giving a fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? They be going out there like, fuck, I spend all this money on making sure this shit look good. The temple look good. When you buy that big ass car and all that other shit.
I know I'm look good in that shirt. I know I'm look good in these jeans. Let's get
it. Yeah. And the clothing that you could pull off when you like your body. And I ain't talking about they're like, oh, I'm comfortable in my own skin. No, when you fucking fit. Right? The shit that you can pull off when you fit and look good or something like that. It's completely different. You ain't sitting there thinking like, well, I don't know about this color. Maybe I got to wear the pinstripes. It's like that. I like this shit. I'm wearing that shit because I know I'm gonna look good in it because I worked on my body, right?
There's no second thought about it.
Yeah, there's no second thought about it, right? So it all comes down to the fact that we're just like we're all compensating for something, and that goes into this overindulgence, right? Where like when you see a lot of these like rich dudes and shit like that, that's just like especially like entertainers, rappers, you see them, they be fat as hell. You know what I mean? Fat as hell, this and that. It's like, people say, oh, I like, you know, when Big Boys is in and this and that. It's like, but if old boy can't see his feet, that shit can't be too sexy. Like,
can't see his feet, can't see.
Yeah, can't see his dick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, and you know, and men, we all know it's like, hey, you cut that gut back, more dick poke out, because you still got a reserved dick on the inside. And when you start getting rid of the fupa, the fat upper penis area, more dick come out. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think we all know that. But yeah, a lot of the insecurities and everything going to drive those things, and that destructive behavior that we have is a lot of times it's so hard to find out like what's actually causing that destructive behavior. Sometimes it's really simple and it's something that we just looked over a million times or ignored, and sometimes it takes some real soul searching to find it.
Yeah, it does take digging to find out. So I was looking, I think I shared with you, it was something I saw on Instagram about the body's responses to like trauma and things like that when we don't let go, how we don't sleep, our aches and pains and all that are contributed to the type of traumas that we've experienced. So we might think we forgot about it and we bury it deep, but our body knows, you know, our body knows what's going on with us. So yeah, to dig deep and to find out what the issue really is.
So are you saying sometimes that like our mental pain it shows itself as physical pain?
Yeah. Because we're one, right? Mind, body, it all connects with each other. So definitely that's what happens. Especially if you have something, you just, I don't know how I hurt this. Oh, I don't know how if you go and research different things, especially about mind, body connection, you'll find that, yeah, that is dealing with some sort of trauma that you've experienced that you haven't dealt with, you haven't released or let go.
Yeah. I've always known that to be true, but I've never really seen it actually manifest itself until being with you. Like when you get really worried and like upset about things, you'll actually get sick. Mm-hmm. Like you'll actually get sick and it's like, the fuck? You know, I was looking, I'm up like I remember the first time, like we had a falling out early on and you got sick.
I was in the hospital.
And had to go to the hospital. Yeah. I'm like, this motherfucker, she trying to goat me?
No.
Like you know what I'm saying?
That was real legit. Like, I was perfectly fine. But after that situation, like, I was like, I don't know if it was like the next day or the day after, I was in the damn hospital and they could not find out why. They have zero clue as to why I was in the hospital. Like, only thing they know about the level of pain that I was having, they couldn't figure, there was nothing wrong with my organs. There was nothing wrong with anything. But that pain would not go away.
Yeah, that's what happened if you ever leave me.
Anyway.
Your ass gonna die without me. Okay. I ain't even gotta kill you, brother. Polite, what's up? Yeah, I ain't even gotta kill you.
Anyway, it was the stress level. Is what it was.
Die from a broken heart.
Stressful.
It's stressful not being with me.
Stressful.
Let me tell you something. Oh, so why you still here then? It seemed like when I wasn't around is when you went to the hospital.
Migraines.
Okay, I'm gonna go away for a little while then. Let's see how you do then, and then watch you be there. Babe, boop, babe, boop.
Anyway,
boop. That's what your ass gonna be if I ain't around. I'm talking about I'm stressful. You know what's stressful? Me not being around.
Hey, what's up?
Me not being around. That's real stressful.
Sure.
Who gonna kill the big bugs?
I don't know.
Who gonna make you oxtails?
I don't know.
Who gonna make you brisket?
Nobody.
Look, yeah, see the stress that's hitting you right now? Look at boop, boop. See? That stress happening right there. Who gonna be your workout buddy? You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, yeah. No workout buddies.
Yeah. Life is real out here without me. That damn dog make me sick.
That's your favorite dog.
Yeah, because he the only dude around here, man. He the only dude around here that get it. He the only other dude around here that done got him something. So,
oh, my Lord.
You know what I'm saying? I don't trust the rest of y'all.
Anyway.
Too many women in the house. Now we done added 5 more. 5 more female people. We got 5 boys. Coco had 5 boys and 5 girls. I wish I had 20 acres. I'd keep all of them.
Yeah.
All of them. Just this should be like it'd be 101 pit bulls.
They're so cute.
Anyway, what else you had to say on that one?
That's all really I wanted to.
Wanted to tap on that.
Yes, I wanted to tap on that. It was just funny too. I didn't really get to explain, how you see how when we go do whatever we're doing and we want to blame something, we want to sue them. Well, I'm gonna sue McDonald's for not telling me how much calories in these triple stack that I ordered.
I don't think that's a blame thing as much as that is
crazy.
I'm fucked up right now and I see a free way. Like people are just vultures, right? I just see a free way to get money.
That is a blame thing too. Like when you don't want, and that was just a light example. But there are other things that we like. Okay, well, how are you gonna blame me because I didn't want to take you out? You get your ass up and you go run, go work out, go do whatever you're gonna do. Don't blame me because I didn't have the time and I'm working every day. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So it goes in a different avenue. So
a topic of that that just popped in my head too that I was thinking about. Jeff had sent me a video. It was this young lady and she was talking about she got SA'd, right? So, you know what I mean, like raped pretty much.
Okay.
So
I was like, essay. Are we talking about papers? Like, we talking about essay? Like they write something?
Essay. We're talking about Vatos Locos on?
Yeah, I was like, we talking about that? Like, what's that? I'm slow.
Nah, but so she was talking about she got SA'd, right? And she was saying that she was with a dude.
Why we can't say that?
Because like I was looking at all this stuff about like on the algorithms or something, like they'll just like something about the algorithm would just tune you out or something. So like, and I was looking at it and comparing the data on podcasts where we have said grape or essay or something like that, or when we even say words like deleted yourself, you know what I mean? Like if somebody deleted themselves or whatever, you know what I mean? And we and you can see like how many, it shows you like how many hits and how many people like seen it and the points to be down, right? So anyway, she was talking about getting graped, and she said she was up to like, yeah, because a lot of times you be graped and don't even know you got graped. So I'm thinking like, so you must mean you got drugged or something.
It's so funny when you say that.
So she said,
because I love grapes, so I'm thinking like.
That's not the face you want to make during this conversation. We'll say essay, because if that's the conversation,
yeah, just say essay.
if that's the face that you're gonna be
grapes
making, we
talking
about, be up to life. I like grapes all the time. I'm like, well, ma'am. No, but so she said she got.
Night.
You can grape me anytime. No, Fox. No, but she said she got SA'd, and she was just saying like, I got SA'd and didn't even know I got SA'd, right? So I'm up here like, yo, so what you saying like you. Like, I'm thinking, like, she probably got drugged, right? Because, I don't know, that was the first thing that popped in my head that made sense, right? Like, and I think that's a reasonable assumption, right?
Yeah.
So, I assume that she was saying, like, no, this dude, we went back to his place, and I didn't really want to do anything with him. He wanted to do something, and I hyped myself up for it, but I didn't give him an enthusiastic yes, so I got SA'd. I'm like,
how is that possible?
So, I understand, like, when somebody will say, like for instance, like, I understand consent. To me, consent is a very wild thing. when people get into like the enthusiastic consent, because it's like, imagine if every time, because you can still technically SA your significant other.
Oh, I
right?
know.
Yeah. So imagine if every time that we was about to go at it, I was to like, Fox, I need an enthusiastic yes. You'd be like,
yes.
Yeah. You'd be like, man, if you don't come on and drop that off in here, like, why is you playing, right? So, but like when they get in that, but she's basically saying like, oh, I didn't give him an enthusiastic yes. But you didn't say no. You didn't even say I don't want to do this.
Right.
You just didn't want to do.
You said no.
Yeah, you just said you hyped yourself up. How is he supposed to know? She's like, well, I would be more enthusiastic when I say yes.
Like
this is first time beating.
Wow.
Like, you know, I would know the difference with you.
Right.
You know what I mean? We've been together for years, so it's like I would know, like, hey, what's up? All right,
so you want to do this?
I go finish this off myself. Like, but you know what I mean? I would know the difference with you, but some woman I never met. I mean, that's a tall task. To ask. And I think even when I was talking to Bunny about that, it's a tall task to even ask for litigation on that, right? To ask for like litigation on that, because like you'd be sitting there, it's like, like how would they set it? Like so basically he was whack, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, you can want your box back, but you can't be we can't be throwing around.
You can't do that.
We can't be throwing around
that's
assault
wrong.
and stuff like
that's
that.
Wrong.
Like that's wild, right? And then people and like so a dude said something in the comments. He was like, so how was he supposed to know if he didn't know? He got tore up in the comments. They're like, you don't know what it's like being a woman, and blah 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 blah.
You had to psych yourself up to do it. I mean, you chose to psych yourself up. Like, I'm going to do this. Okay, so that means you made the decision to do this.
And it's like you might be thinking you bad. So now every time a dude mess with you or something like that, he couldn't stand that attention or something like that. He had to go in there get it together. You know what I mean? Hype himself up. Now he about to say he been assaulted.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
And then I think with the SA thing, I think it's a lot of a double standard with that.
So is she pressing charges?
No, she said he said he should go to jail, but she's not pressing charges or whatever.
Why even did she say who this guy was?
No, not in the. It might be a cut from a bigger video, so I don't know. From the clip of the video that I saw, no, she didn't put nothing. Didn't say nothing about the dude.
That's lame of her to do that. First of all, like, and I agree with Mr. Polite here. Like, he probably was whack, and she like, I need my Gucci back, and she can't get it back. That's crazy for her to say that. That's a big accusation right there you're making on someone.
Yeah, and the thing about it too is like you make that accusation or something like that, because I feel like if somebody does something, if we're calling it grape. I know Fox, you think about fruit. But if we're going to call it, you know what I mean, a assault of the sexual encounter, you know what I'm saying? If we're going to call it that's worthy of jail time.
Yeah.
This isn't something that people should just be taking lightly, where it's like, oh, well, she didn't, you know what I mean, jump up, clap her hands and say, yes. You know what I mean? She didn't hit it with the Tony the Tiger. It's great. Like, no.
And if someone did that, you know, if I'm talking about it in that way, I'm going to move forward. Yeah, he needs to go to jail. Like, I filed a report.
Yeah,
and he's gone.
Not I'm making a post on social media. Because you got these people, and I understand that things happen to people, and then they don't want to report it. Mm-hmm. But if you got enough, to talk about it on Instagram and do a whole story or TikTok or whatever it is, then I feel like you got enough juice to go ahead and you told the story to however many people you put on the internet, so it's forever. Mm-hmm. So you could do that same thing in front of 1 or 2 people and be done with it. Go to court, say it in front of a room full of people, and be done and get justice.
Like, because you didn't want to do it, you had an avenue not to do it, but you chose to psych yourself up to do it.
And that's why I say too, it got to be levels. It got to be levels to the shit, right? Because it's like get snatched up in the alley is way different than these different forms of coercion we're talking about.
Just because he wanted it, I really didn't want it though.
You know what I'm saying? Because I understand how coercion is a that's a slippery slope, right? Because the dude be like, yo, you sure? Come on, you know what I mean? Because that way it's kind of like, you know, is you playing hard to get? You know what I mean? A lot of times men ain't taught that way to just be like, yo, as soon as you get one, nope, I'm good. Nope, I'm good. I'm out. Like, it ain't even worth it. Long run, right? We think it's short term, like, I got to get this. So, like, if I could change her mind, maybe I could change her mind, this and that. Not knowing that that's coercion and that's a dangerous road to go down. But that's still a lot different than drag you in the alley or drug you. You know what I'm saying? You know, come up with the raincoat, put the chloroform over your face. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a whole, I just think those are like different categories. There's levels to the shit.
It also makes me think, too, like, women have to do some real soul searching in reference to knowing or having control over your body. You understand?
Yeah.
If it's not somebody who is physically jumping on you, about to grape, you know? If it's not something like that.
Yeah, you cannot say the word grape. because you just a greedy ass fox. Like,
if it's not something like that, then you can say no. It doesn't matter what his feelings gonna feel like. You understand?
Yeah.
You don't have to do that if you feel uncomfortable doing it.
Yeah,
and you don't have to do it just because he wants to do it. You don't have to. So you have to value yourself a little bit more, or I don't know what needs to be taught in order for you to understand that you do not have to do this just because this person wants to, or you don't want to disappoint this person.
Yeah, and I think because that's it's like, else. And we expect it because like men don't report it as much, and then people be like, oh well, you know, it doesn't happen to men as much, and it's like because men, we don't look at it, but most of us probably not looking at it the same way. Like as many times as men have been in a situation like that when they got pushed, they don't look at it that way, and you can even see it in like some of these videos, some of these influencers or whatever it do. Like say for instance, me and you in the mall or something like that, and you come up to me, you like, yo. Come on. I'm trying to get some of that. You know what I'm saying? This and that. Girls will be walking by and be like, yo, she's hot. You need to go ahead and get that. Why are you playing? You scared? You scared? You know, everybody be laughing and joking. But if it's the other way around, now everybody want to be, no, man, you need to stop. You need to leave. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Everybody be after me. So we just got like a wild, we got a wild double standard there. And my thing about double standards is like double standards cool until they cost time. Like once we start talking about time and fucking up people's livelihood and shit like that, then the double standard don't work.
Yeah.
Like when we talking about double standards about like, oh, you know, women get in the club free, dudes don't, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. All of that shit is like, that's superficial. But when we talking about slapping 15 years on somebody and then they can't get certain jobs, they can't provide for their family, all of this other shit, like that needs to be adjudicated in some fashion. Yeah,
that gap has to be closed on that. Yep.
Yeah, let's get it.
So loud every time.
Gun to your head. You know, the is right here, the knob
gun
for that.
To your head, bae.
Is this the one you use that work?
Gun to your head. Would you rather go blind as is right now?
I'd rather go blind, boy. At the James.
Or lose your memories. Lose all of your memories at this point in time in your life. All of your memories.
Will I remember from now on?
From now on.
Nope.
Or go blind and keep them.
Notebook me, baby. Notebook me, baby.
Why you say that?
Cause I want to be able to see. Like I can't imagine the difficulty that people who can't see go through, especially newly becoming visually impaired.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like being born without it. Not saying like, oh, that's dope, but I think it's kind of like, it's a shitty way to say it. It's hard to miss what you never had. Mm-hmm. But for me to be like, yo, I can't even shoot no more. What?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I could learn how to shoot again. You could but then it's like also with learning, like, do I not know how to, like, do I not know that I have to pull my pants down to pee? Like, how much memories are we talking?
So, well,
like basic stuff, or do I just forget everybody and things I've done?
Things you've done, that sort of thing. Not really like, oh, all my faculties are gone. Not that.
I would go with losing my memory, and I would just hope that I have the cognizance to trust you, which is scary because you're gonna be like, this is how men supposed to act. They're supposed to be quiet and cook, and they're supposed to shut their goddamn mouth. And you were happy with this. You were really, really happy with this.
See, look,
I was a simp. Like I was a simp.
That's not simp. Be quiet.
Like I just let you beat me, huh? I just beat me. Yeah, you gave me your whole paycheck and you didn't buy nothing. And we got rid of all these guns except what we need for self-defense because we don't need to be at this hot ass range all day in the fucking summer. I'm tired of it. And we don't do social media. Like damn. Well, we get back on here like, welcome to Fox Den's podcast. Like
the Fox Den.
And I'm over here like an old man, just like.
What we want to talk about?
What do you want to talk about? I have 14 minutes of life experience. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened before this. But yeah, I'm definitely going.
Enough? Make it enough.
Well, I mean, yeah, I won't know what to do with it though. Tear your belly button up. Rah. What would you do?
I'm the same. Like I would definitely lose memories, and basically, my brain half shot now. So
finish it off.
Nothing new. You know?
That'd probably be better because you get a reset, get a new memory.
Right.
You clear all the stuff off the memory card.
I feel like, with me, I'm very visual and I love watching things. I love looking at things. I love the way I feel.
Those beady ass fox eyes.
I love the way I feel when I see things. I cannot imagine losing my sight.
Never seen another sunset.
Yes, exactly. Like I watch the sunset damn near every day, and I love the way it makes me feel. There's no way I would be able to function out.
Like if you took away my memories, I won't remember sundress season. But when it come back around, I'll enjoy it. Anyway. But if you take away my eyes, I remember sundress season and know that I'll never see it again.
Never see it again. Yep.
Yeah, I'm with it. What y'all got in the chat?
And I asked people, I posted this question at work yesterday, and people were a lot of the people there was saying, oh, I'd rather lose my sight. Like, well, it ain't that bad. Or my brother's just went blind or a little blind, and he can get along just fine. And I'm like, damn, that's.
Bro, I think people fail to realize, like, well, this ain't no Daredevil shit. Like, just imagine like sight. Think about when the lights is off and it's too dark, and you like, holy shit. All the rest of your senses still there, but you like,
oh, he got along just fine. Oh, they don't seem like they bother. They get along great.
They don't see nothing.
That was work, number one. That took work for them to get to that point.
Yeah, man.
Imagine you out of all you seen, out of all you done, lights out.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Anything that you think was beautiful, whether it was like you like people, machines, everything, I never get to see the inside of an engine again. I never get to see the gun range again. I never get to shoot.
First of all,
drive.
I'm way too low on that list. You naming right now.
I wouldn't.
You said an engine?
I'm gonna see you. You gonna be right there in my face.
You said an engine.
I'm gonna still see you
first.
Somehow I'm gonna see you. Somehow I'm gonna still see you. You're gonna be so close to my eyes. Like, look at me. Anyway, is Gray Dog snoring?
Yep, he's snoring.
My boy need a CPAP. I'm about to go grab my CPAP out there, strap it on his face.
That's what you say.
Yeah.
Okay, so Polite said sight.
He said sight. I wouldn't have to see a lot of the ugly mugs I see anyway. But guess what? You might not never wear another pair of black Forces again.
Yep.
They might be putting white Forces on you, and they're telling you they black.
You don't even
You
know.
out here wearing black on black Hirachis. You don't even know they ain't Forces. You feeling for the strap. No. People want to do something to you. And it's like people so cruel in the world where it's like, I feel as though like, I feel like I got a chance. Like I don't trust people enough, and I feel like I have a chance. Some of my instinct to fight got to still be there, or something like that. If something bad was to happen, but to just like not be able to like live on my own unless I'm like even I ain't gonna be like Navy SEAL dude from the movie with the Navy SEAL dude in the movie where he was blind, like don't make a sound or something like that. Where he was just
I know
something like that. But like I ain't gonna be like that. It's like I'm just be walking into shit for like a year, just walking in, breaking everything. I'm a big dude too. Like when I fall out somewhere, it's like I don't even know what to grab on to get up or something like that. Fox can't pick me up. I'm on the ground. She's gonna be like, turn over on your stomach. Where's my stomach? Like
where's your stomach?
I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like I don't know if I am mentally strong enough to come back from that. I think like loss of the memory is just like that'd be like can't miss what I never had. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have the memory.
I thought it would be sad to
It'd be sad to lose a good memory.
Yeah, and you have people around you and you don't know them.
Like looking at my dad.
Like dealing with people with Alzheimer's, it has to be difficult.
You know how crazy it would be to look at Titan and be like, you look familiar. Like
you look like me.
Yeah. I don't even really got it because like when I don't know if you got this. I don't really like if you asked me to give you details of what my face looked like for a sketch artist, I couldn't do it.
Yeah. What's amazing to me is the fact that they can draw you looking exactly how I say. Like, how in the hell?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I couldn't describe myself like they was like, well, I would have to look at a picture like me to describe me.
Yeah, I don't understand how.
Like when I close my eyes, like I could like right now, close my eyes, I could kind of see like the last vision I just saw when I looked at the screen and saw myself. But I couldn't tell you what I look like.
Yeah.
Like I could tell you, I can way better describe you than I can me. Like if they asked me to describe you, I could describe I'm talking about every part of your face. Like
that's so romantic. Tell me more.
Sorry, I lost my memory.
Tell me more.
Sorry, my memory's gone. Who are you? Will we? What is this? I'm gone.
Whatever.
Thank you for coming. Where are we?
Uncle Legend's Corner.
Who the hell is that?
somebody who I grabbed from the streets.
Who put this ring on my finger?
Crazy ass lady who ain't know what she was doing.
Hey, that's how I know to follow her, because she gonna tell me the truth. You hear that? The truth.
Anyway, y'all hit us up, AskUncleLegend@gmail.com. Peace.
What does this symbol mean? My memory. What color is that?
Get gone.
You know the wild thing? It would probably be pretty good. If you lose your memory, you lose your traumas, right?
Yeah, that's why, and that's another thing I told him too.
You can start over.
There's some things I want to forget.
Yeah, there's some shit I want to forget. So, I can start over, and then hopefully you won't fuck me up that bad. Here go Bama. Here go Bama. What's so complicated? He was a fucking giant, mean ass silverback. I wouldn't remember that. I'd be a man of peace. A man of nah.
You'll be a man of peace.
I mean, you'd be raising me. That'd be like raising a grown. Like you'd be raising a grown man. How would you teach me to do? I wouldn't even be able to fix shit. I'd be so useless. You gotta do like the turnaround. Like the sink could be leaking, and I'd be like, "Oh, make it stop." Like,
look, go on YouTube. Here you go. Figure that out. Do just what they doing, just like that. There you go. You got it.
Do we have any of those?
Yes.
Whole goddamn garage full of tools. I don't know. I don't know. All right, we're done here. Let me go stop this audio.
What y'all doing? Y'all got anything for us in the chat before we bounce?
What it do? What the business is?
Anyway, Art, if you still here, what would we like?
What do you want to drink? That's more a you thing than me. I drink whatever you drink.
I don't know what I would like. You know, every time somebody asks me what I want or what I like, I'm like,
top shelf it is.
Like a kid in the candy store.
Top shelf it is.
I don't know what I would like to drink.
My favorite drink is Free and Cold.
Definitely something brown, of course, because
yes,
I like brown. I'm a brown kind of gal.
When we discuss a superhero, stop ducking me. Okay.
We gotta get y'all schedules together. When you shall be free.
Shit, Bam, let me know.
No longer in the streets. Okay.
Let me know what works better, the Wednesday podcast, or we could do it like Saturday, Sunday on the weekends. Not this Saturday or Sunday, but we go pipe it in. We just got to get on a couple days before that and figure the Discord out so we don't go through that clusterfuck we went through last time. But yeah, we get the superheroes. You can bring all the superheroes out. You can get the superhero smoke. Because Bama been wanting the superhero smoke. Because he said he had enough. He said with Batman it was enough. He said with Batman was enough. But then when I started slandering Captain America, Bama had enough of my shit.
He was through with the shit.
He was through with me. So yeah, you can, let me know. We go ahead and do it.
Wednesday next week. Book, bid. All right, we got it.
Yeah, see what your schedule is. Because I know you travel for work. Wednesday next week. Book it. There you go.
There we go.
Book it. So this weekend, let's get together, do the make sure we got the Discord thing linked up, or how we want to patch it in, and you're gonna have your gear and shit with you. So yeah, we'll do it this Wednesday. Hey, we got. Let me know some notes, because I know you probably over there with getting out your comic book collection from when you was a little nerd over there. Like, well, I bet he didn't look at issue 4 of the Toxic Avenger. No, I didn't look at fucking issue 4 of the Toxic Avenger. No, I didn't. Well, if you had known that his superpower is I'm a shit all over him too. Booked Wednesday. Superheroes getting shit on.
8:30 p.m.
You know what I'm saying?
Eastern Standard
Time. That even worked better for you, because you probably gonna be an hour ahead of me out there in Alabama. So going down.
Sounds good. I'll be right here.
Pack a lunch. Let me tell you, son. I'm bringing an MRE and a protein shake so I can get these gains when I'm flexing on your ass.
I'm so through with both of y'all.
Whatever. Catalina wine mixer. Anyway, for all those popping in, Hawkman, everybody else popping in, podcast over. I'm just bullshitting. Yeah, setting up for the next podcast. Wednesday podcast. If y'all still on here, Wednesday podcast is going to be me and my homie Bama. And me telling him why superheroes ain't shit. You know what and then you know what I'm gonna be? What's old boy name? Hey, love Bama. Hey, what's old boy name from The Boys?
Homeland.
No, fuck Homelander. He's a superhero.
Who you talking about?
I'm talking about Butcher. That's why I'm Butcher. Just call me Butcher next podcast. Welcome to The Boys podcast, starring Uncle Butcher. You fucking wanker.
Wanker.
Fucking wanker. Yeah, I'll be out here. Yo, brother Polite said, I'm no longer in the streets. Sir, you are the streets. You are a Locks album, motherfucker. You are the streets.
He wearing white classics now.
He ain't wearing no damn white classics. Them shits would turn black from his soul. His soul would cover the fucking shoe. No goddamn Omni-Man. Oh yeah, thrashing Omni-Man. Get him out of here. He's not a hero. My boy thumped his son something terrible. Get out of here. And let me save my ammo.
I was gonna say save.
Let me
that.
save my
save that for Wednesdays.
That was big. That said, let the bullets breathe. I need a fully loaded mag. I'm going at it. We talking about, so y'all can bring up some superheroes. Start sending them to me. Superheroes y'all want me and Bama to talk about. Thrashing them. Raggedy ass superheroes.
Day off. I don't even know what I'm gonna do.
You said a day off.
Hell yeah.
What, Wednesday?
Hell yeah.
What's Wednesday?
Y'all gonna be doing the superhero podcast. I got things to find myself doing.
So you're not gonna be on the podcast?
I need to be.
I mean, be nice. You ain't gonna be here with me. I'm just solo dolo in the middle. Oh yeah, see how that light hit me from the middle? Yeah, you all right. See how that light hit me? Yeah.
People love you. You'll be fine.
Ain't nobody come here for this.
They do. They come here for
They ain't come here for this. I done been punched in the face too many times in my life. Ain't nobody come for this. You see this nicely not punched face?
Yeah, who has been punched?
It's been punched.
It's been punched.
It ain't been punched as much as mine though. I got that Sylvester Stallone starting to come up, the little cauliflower on his ears and shit.
Ain't gonna be punched no more though.
Ain't gonna be punched no, cause if somebody punch my baby, she gonna punch a gun damn near down your throat.
After I use my fist though.
Yeah.
You gotta get them licks in first. That's important. That's imperative.
Grab the barrel, hit him with the handle. Yo, y'all got anything else? What's up, man? I gotta get up early and do military shit tomorrow.
And
gang.
I don't. I gotta get up. I gotta work, but I always have insomnia, so I'll be up. So
I won't.
Nah, you with your sleep. That's it.
Oh, you still mad about that?
I don't understand how y'all can do that. That's crazy.
I don't even know. I wasn't even sleepy last night, and I was just like, Because I woke up.
No.
Because you woke me up to get under the blanket because I fell asleep on top of the blanket. You're like, get under the blanket. I'm like, get under the blanket. I went to go set my alarm on the phone and played the little game, did this and that.
Knocked out.
Efficient.
It was me.
I'm efficient.
It was me. I'm just soft like that.
I mean, I done went to sleep in some pretty shitty places. Gunfights and bilges. But none of them was as soft as you, baby. Let me tell you something. Them pipes in the engine room, they don't feel nothing like you, baby. Even when they wrap it with the soft stuff. You know what I mean? When they put the lagging around it, it ain't nothing like you, baby.
Oh, my God.
Let me tell you something. There ain't no lagging right here, baby. That's USDA. Prime Fox. Anyway, we done. Executive producer, we done here?
Y'all good?